Good evening, Sean.
Evening, Dave. How are you?
I'm better, man. Actually, yeah, it's been a rough week. I haven't been very well. Um, you might remember from last week's stream, obviously, that I was pretty poorly. So I'm doing better. How are you?
I'm okay. I am okay. I'm like tired.
Hmm.
I've been tired, but I'm feeling less tired now. And feeling great because I won last month. And I didn't just
Yeah.
beat you, I beat everybody. Everybody
You did. You did.
in the world. I last month I was the
In
best
the
Cycle
world.
28 player in the world.
That I mean, fair enough. You know, that is something to crow about. Good for you. And
Yeah.
I'm really glad that even after what we're approaching a year on release for Cycle 28, right? Like it'll be a year
Yeah.
in March. So it's nice that this game can still give back to you after a full year. So you know,
Yeah.
good
And
for
and
you,
the,
dude.
the personal best,
Uh,
which you can. Oh, it says it's up. Turn to go back to the globe. Go back to the global. Get
okay,
off.
I have to do this, do I?
Yes, you have to do it.
I have to do this.
Let's
Okay.
have a look.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. So I'm 17th
17th.
now in the world,
Yeah.
which I'm pretty happy about.
Sure.
And yeah,
Yeah, because that is a bit more of an extreme list because obviously last month was perhaps quieter than some of our, it was quiet. Our monthly leaderboards are quieter than our global leaderboards.
don't take this away from me, Dave.
For obvious. I'm not trying to reduce any of your achievements at all. I just find it quite touching that you were that pleased with yourself. I think that's nice. I think that's
But
nice.
but now I have to beat that score to unlock, like the next unlock.
Yeah, but it's all about just pushing yourself to be better and growing as a person. And I think this whole experience you'll look back on in 6 months, maybe a year, and yeah, you will realize how far you came as a person, having won January.
That's what we do here at
Yeah.
Pilbog, is we create experiences to make you grow as a person. Yes. So what are we doing tonight? We are going to be playing some Cycle 28.
We are, yeah, and I've got my handy whiteboard ready as ever.
And what I think, we had a chat, and like we're so good now, we don't need half an hour to set our scores.
Yeah, that was. I don't remember saying that actually, but if that was your takeaway, then fair enough.
Yeah. So we're going to do 15 minutes each,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's going to be a surprise.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So. Do you want me to count you now?
yeah, you timing my 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm timing you 15 minutes,
Okay, cool.
which will start now.
Okay. So yeah, so talk us through your week, Sean. What have you been up to?
Through my week,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, right?
It is Tuesday. Yeah, it hasn't started really.
Yeah, no. Things have been good. I'm excited to try the new game from Respawn. Did you hear about that?
No, hit me up. On that. That sounds like some
So
news.
what's it called? Let me do a quick Google.
Mm-hmm.
So Respawn. Do you know who Respawn are?
I feel like I want to say yes, but in all honesty, no.
So Respawn Apex Legends. Do you know Titanfall? Did you play Titanfall?
Yeah.
So they're the guys that made Titanfall. They're the guys that
I see.
made Call of
Okay.
Duty, like the original Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So no wonder it rings a bell.
And they've released a battle royale game.
Oh, really, Sean?
Yeah, announced and released in the same day, and it looks pretty good.
Okay.
From what I can see, that they've made some clever. I was watching a stream earlier, and they've definitely like added stuff.
Okay. They're innovating the form.
Yeah, I mean, like in a lot of ways, you would say they've defined shooters for a while. Like Call of Duty 4, really, really, really kind of like every game is almost like every shooter has tried to be Call of Duty 4 since Call of Duty 4, and then PUBG came out, and then since then every game has tried to be PUBG, and so now the circle has closed.
Become complete, yes.
And now they've had their shot at it, and it's free. It's free, and it's out. And they did the cool thing of just announcing it and making it, announcing and dropping it all within the same breath.
Okay.
So yeah, so I'm excited to give that a try, for sure. Yeah, been working like work is work. We had
work.
Yeah, it's assessment. Well, we're just about coming to the end of assessment season, and we're going to be straight into teaching season. But yeah, and been working on some stuff. Evening Lone Wolf, and we've been working on some stuff and we have stuff going on this week. So on Friday, we will be Saturday on Friday, not Friday, Saturday.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Saturday will be at the Arcade Vaults from 12 till some time.
Yeah.
And they're doing a show. Lots of indie devs are going to be there.
Yes, that's going to be super fun. Yep.
We've been working on the prototype for our next game. That's been coming along.
Yeah.
So we're.
What did we do this week, Sean, on the prototype? Like, because I think we've talked enough about it in general terms that we can be now specific. What did we do?
What did we do? We added. God, what did we do?
We added money.
We added money. Yeah.
We added money.
We kind of like had got the basic mechanics in there of building stuff and jumping around and building your vehicle and but yeah, we put money in. So which we're kind of in this stage where we're trying to figure out what do we need in our game, like what do we need in our prototype to know that we're going to like it. I guess is the thing. To get a sense enough of the game to know that it's worth carrying on with. Yeah, exactly. And that's a difficult question to try and think, right, what else do we need to know if this is going to be fun? And we have an idea in our head of what those things are. We're trying it out.
And you have to be honest with yourself, don't you? Like that's something that a lot of people really struggle with, is that you think anything that you make, of course you're going to find fun because you made it. But the truth is, you can actually you can trick yourself into thinking just because you've done a thing that thing is fun and what you should be doing.
And
like abandoning projects in anything creative is I think a really interesting concept.
And the other interesting thing I think we've talked about quite a lot is, so we've done this prototype. Like if we work hard enough we can make it fun. Like whatever, like if you does that make sense? Like this idea that so. Like if I create a prototype and like you've got this kind of foundation that's the prototype, and then if I put this much amount of work into it, like I can find the fun. Like what's the fun thing? And I think that's kind of what we're in the process of, kind of like we've got this interesting, like there's an interesting rule set we've got. Okay, so you're building a vehicle and you're trying to decide what your vehicle's made of, and depending on that it's going to be fast or slow, and you might have something that's going to have a high top speed or something that's got a low top speed but accelerates really fast. So then finding what it is in that's like the funnest bit, and then really pushing that and emphasizing that. We've gone in a deep dive here really quickly.
But that is it. That's like what we are grappling with initially. Was like we enjoyed it, but we needed to kind of dissect that feeling a little bit to make sure it wasn't just our like creator bias, and that actually we were confident that the core loops and the gameplay itself was actually as fun as we were thinking it should be. Which is it's kind of, again, it's interesting about how easy some people find that, and how hard it can also be for others.
So Lone Wolf's asking a big question, but like we can chat about it here while we're playing. So wanting to possibly save up for VR and Unity game dev, thinking of revenue streams, although I'm not sure what people want me to do. Want me to do them work, or I can make mobile games? So I guess that's asking about like virtual reality as a market, I guess.
How that market's looking, how it's shaping up.
So like I remember thinking about VR like a bunch, So the thing with VR is not many people have headsets.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the kind of
right now. Yeah.
Again, this is my feeling on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm not like an expert. Oh, that would have been a good score because the big guy came in, right?
Yeah.
Just
came in at the wrong time.
Yeah. So like VR, like I don't know, man. So like it was almost like a gold rush to start. Well, or perceived gold rush.
Yes.
Like I'm not sure. Like VR games are selling all that much. I don't know. I really don't know.
No,
like,
I think it's the thing is, until it becomes the norm, it will always be the fringe. Like, and that's a really obvious thing to say, but it's really important for developers to accept that, you know, like it's still not the way most people game. So you are just hoping that like that changes, that it becomes the norm, and we'll all look back on like what I'm doing now in front of a keyboard with like a headset and think, fuck, people used to play games that way. Like that's so that's so ridiculous.
For a while I wanted to make a VR version of this, and all it would be the screen. This you would just put the VR headset on, and you would see this in front of you on a monitor. And if you turn around, there'd be like a text box that says, "Yes, we put something here." And that would be.
Or really, it should be like the VR experience of an arcade, right? Like that would actually be doing it with with some sense.
Like I've got an Oculus Rift, and it's hanging on the back of my monitor, and I haven't used it in a long time. Like and there's a problem. So Davesoft's saying like maybe in 20 years when they're just like normal glasses.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is like the effort for me to put that. It sounds like so like dumb to say, but the effort of putting that headset on is too much.
Yeah, no, it's no dumb.
Like
at all.
I have I've got a steering wheel, and I've got a steering wheel, and it's like. I can never like it's just unless I've got that steering wheel set up somewhere permanently.
Yeah,
I'm not going to use it.
No. We are creatures of convenience.
Yeah.
Really
so the headset I have belongs to my work. It's a development headset, so I'm not selling it. It is not mine to sell. But yeah, no, and
it still has a sense of like novelty. But like I think what's interesting for someone starting out in development is they need. There's the sense that like you should why not train in this new kind of thing that's gonna make for a lot of people still kind of feels like it might be the future of gaming, right? Like why would you learn old tech, old ideas?
Yeah,
when you can learn new ones.
I think as well there's maybe a thought of if something's new and niche, it's easier to kind of jump in, and that maybe the chances of you getting noticed is higher.
But again, I think that might have been like the case if you were starting like 5 years ago. Do you think it's the case
it's too
now?
late. I think you had to be on that bandwagon before the headsets were out.
Yeah, weirdly.
I think.
But just because training and like knowledge acquisition just takes time. Like takes time.
Yeah, I would also say like from a to be honest, I mean like there's the raw development in VR is not all that different to non-VR, but what's difficult is the challenges of like UI and like not making people sick. Is really the 3D TV is an example, but then 3D was just a way something designed to get people to go to cinema. It was literally something to be like, you can't do this in your home.
Yeah.
I do think there's probably more of a place for like VRs. Interestingly, I think VR has more of a place as like a thing you go and pay someone to borrow their VR.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's going to be there on Saturday who does exactly that. Who does like, and I think that but again that feels novelty, right? Like,
yeah,
that's because I don't need this experience or necessarily even want this experience in my home.
Yeah,
but I might pay someone £2 to give it a go once on a Saturday afternoon.
I kind of want a PSVR.
Why? After all that, what's the thing?
Because I have Tetris Effect and Ace Combat, and they are both VR games, and to be honest, like the PlayStation seems to be where the interesting stuff's happening in VR, where a lot of the good games, yeah.
Well, there we go then. So like that's a really good case in point of like why this might change is that when the games are there and people are like, I really want to have VR just for this game, then people will do it. Like you're changing it from like a novelty. Oh yeah, that was fun just to wander around a seascape to this game is only at its best in VR.
Yes.
This thing
and that reminds me, Ace Combat is amazing.
Yeah, you've been rocking that for a little while.
I love
right?
Ace Combat. Have I said this on our stream before? Have I talked about my love?
No,
for
I
Ace
think
Combat?
we've just talked about it.
So Ace Combat is a dogfighting game. Like surprisingly enough, I like dogfighting games. It turns out.
This is your jam.
But it's. Did you play Free Space?
No.
Okay. Oh man. Oh, there we go. That's another game on the list. Free Space is a really awesome dogfighting game, like space dogfighting game. I think the people that made Free Space might have made one of the X-Wing games, but I can't remember, or TIE Fighter or something. Anyway, so like it was a really great space combat game with like really interesting mission design and lots of cool stuff. Ace Combat is that, but with planes in this really weird anime world with this like unbelievable like crazy fiction that's been going on for like 7 games, and it's kind of bizarre. So like the story is just bizarre, right? So I'm currently, like, spoiler alert, like right, so there was a mission early on in the game. Am I okay spoiling it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
okay with this? Okay, so
I'm okay with that. I don't know about our viewers; they can just turn you off.
like block your ears for like 20 seconds. Earlier on, there's a mission early on where your character accidentally kills the president or something.
Okay.
In a plane, like you're trying to escort the president who's being rescued in a helicopter, but you accidentally fire a missile and kill him.
Okay.
So then you're put in prison, but your punishment is you're forced to fly missions, and like in your plane. And constantly the guy who's in charge is just saying how, I don't care if you die, you've got to go and do your thing, and it's the best you can deserve after what you did, and it's kind of bizarre. It's things like they'll send you off and say things like, you've got no, you're not going to have any ammo, you're not going to have this, you're not allowed to fire, but it's just weird. But it's awesome dogfighting, and at the end of every mission, it shows you a full replay of the mission.
Okay.
Which is like, I don't know. Like I find myself watching the complete replay.
You watched the whole replay. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
You nerd. I bet you take a graph of it at the end as well.
Well, there is actually kind of a graph as well.
Yeah, there we go.
There's like another replay. There's like the replay in engine, and then there's a replay like in
text file.
Well, pretty much. It's like a replay. I don't know what it's like, in radar, I guess.
In radar.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Your time is up, by the way. So this is your last run.
Oh, it's my last run. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And for those that have just joined, we are doing 2 shorter runs today because we have some unfinished business to take care of.
We sure do.
After we played Cycle 28.
Okay.
What was your last run?
That was my last run. So my best run. Not good. Not a good month. 5,191.
5,000 isn't.
Yeah.
That's like half what I got last time, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I need to close my door, so I will be back in a second.
Okay, I'll talk about my failings as a Cycle 28 pilot. I haven't been playing very much, so that's step one of my excuses. Step two is I'm not very good. Step three is
actually, do you know what? 5,000 isn't so bad.
Don't give me that. Don't give me that. We know it's not good. I think definitely. I think I just kind of get into the same thing. Like, I imagine many of those runs didn't look very different at all. I think I probably just played the same way each time now. So which is is probably not the best way to do things. Learn by your mistakes and all that. But it puts me at 6th, so that's fine. Like, it's nice to have people that aren't me in the top 5. I think that's important. Other than you, obviously.
Yeah. Right. Are we going to go to me? So we're going to.
Yeah. Okay.
If this is the first time you've seen this, we're going to switch streams. It might go down for a second.
It's super exciting. You'll probably get an advert.
Yeah. So you're going to count down.
Yeah. In 3, 2, 1.
Okay. I think I might be live. I think
it's live.
I'm going to wait. Someone tell me when you see me.
Mine's still buffering, but
yeah,
you might be there. Yeah, I mean, it said you were live. It just was buffering a little bit.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna guess. Okay, there it says. I think we got viewers now, so I think we're okay. Have you got a stop clock?
Yeah. And so in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Right. So my technique is to wait until I've got some drones.
To cheat. Yeah. Sorry.
It's not cheating. This is technique. Pro strats.
Not cheating.
Dave, while I'm doing this, I'd like you to discuss our esports strategy for Cycle 28 going forward.
What? So you want me to come up with an esports strategy? Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Good. I'm glad to be put on the spot for something like this. That's obviously super helpful. What is our esports strategy? Well,
Cycle 28 is on sale right now. Like, sorry, someone just asked to. I jumped in there with the. I smell a sale. I'm gonna.
Yes. You're right, and I'll put the link into Steam. Don't worry. Save everybody the extra effort. It is on a sale right now. It's 60% off. I can't comment if that's a good deal or not, but because I might be slightly biased. But yeah, so do pick it up, check it out. There's a lot of fun to be had. Our esports strategy. Esports. I love esports. But I basically only ever do the same thing, which is watch card games on esports. Like, I never watch League of Legends or StarCraft 2 or Call of Duty, Overwatch, whatever. I only watch card games, so I'm not perhaps the best.
I don't get the first. I struggle to spectate first-person shooters. Whereas I think like StarCraft, League, I can kind of understand what's going on because it's like a more tactical. It's like watching watching football or something, right? Not that I watch sport of any kind other than other than Formula One occasionally.
Okay. But or Street Fighter, right? That's another big one that people are crazy for on esports.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, I think as Dave was saying, like, what I find really interesting is like people commentating on esports is, I mean, fair enough, if you don't know anything about American football and you watched the Super Bowl last night, like, the commentary is just absolutely mind-boggling because it's full of terms that you will have no idea what they refer to. Like, there's a language, isn't there, that is as he says, is heavily encoded, and that's true of like esports as well. So like, you'd be talking for the Cycle 28 esports, it'll be all about your build and like your split time ratios and blah 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 blah, which would probably be fairly straightforward to get a handle on. But like, I can't imagine. Like, I just have no idea what's going on in League of Legends. So, you know, I wouldn't even know where to start spectating.
So strategy one is to hire good commentators.
I think you would 100% have to have like good commentators, because it's not. I mean, it's not even. It's not even necessarily about how they talk about the game. It's how they don't. How they fill the hours in between, like the serious amount of dead air. A bit. It's not quite like streaming, but it is kind of got that a little bit as well. So I think we might just have to hire Dave Soft out of the bat. I think that'll be commentator number one as the expert, and then we'll have some kind of fluffer who doesn't know the game very well.
I think Dave Soft can be the haggard, like you know, like veteran,
ex-pro, yeah. Ex-pro. But yeah, commentator is essential. Like, obviously, you don't obviously need venues, but for the bigger events, what's that? 2,170.
Yeah.
That's a good start. Like, for the bigger events, obviously you get that whole, let's stick it in a mini the mini stadium vibe, right?
Okay. So step 2, venue.
Step 2, venue. Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, did you know that Cardiff? Many people in Cardiff were trying to push for it to be an esports hub in the UK.
I did know that. I think you told me, but do you want to explain? Like,
it's. I mean, I don't know much more than that, actually, but there was certainly a vibe that was trying to get as much interest in esports in Cardiff as
I heard. There was like a politician who was really into doing that.
Yes, I think there have been some local MPs who are very keen on that concept. I mean, they see it as something that is, you know, new and interesting, and, you know, kids like it. So, you know, that's how politicians think. So, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, Cardiff actually has quite a few things, like, you know, video game arcades, video game bars. You know, there's arcade vaults opened up, obviously, relatively recently. So even though we're not necessarily holding StarCraft tournaments just yet, like, we are, you know,
there's definitely a scene, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I think so. But yeah, so like commentators, venue, you need to kind of, I think, really push some sense of a meta game. I think that would be something that, like, people really like in esports.
What's the meta? So like, what's the? Well, we did have a meta in it, because, like, if you think about the feeling of the Spicy Boy build and how popular that was for a while, and then I thought that was fascinating to watch when we first released, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, so it's interesting. Like, long time ago, we talked about Cycle 28 being a racing game, in a sense, and those don't. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but those don't translate quite as well to esports as things like PvP and where there's kind of combat.
So the closest thing would be like speedrunning.
Yeah, but yeah, so, and that's obviously like a very vibrant, but fair to say still fairly niche community of speedrunners.
Yeah.
But they have their own events. They have their own kind of get-togethers.
Yeah, great games done quick. If you want to watch some of those, that stuff.
There you go. So I think that kind of vibe, maybe.
I think that's something we should, in all seriousness, think of. Oh, no. Okay. That's something we should think about for our next game.
1,600.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, like, we're just talking. We're just talking. We're playing. We're talking. We're playing. We're having fun. Not important. The score. We've, as I've said all the time.
Not important now.
As I've said all the time, it's not the score that matters.
Oh yeah.
So what was I saying?
Okay.
So in all seriousness, game number 3. I think the idea of speed running, quote unquote, could be quite an interesting design, like a thing to look into how we could make that obvious.
Something that we want to look at. Yeah, because I think you're right. Like
more obvious than the sentence that I just cobbled together.
Yeah, we'll definitely work on that sentence.
Yeah,
because I think you're right. Like I don't think, whilst I think Game 3 is going to be much more streamer friendly than Cycle 28, because I think Cycle 28 demands a lot of a streamer in terms of their attention. You know, I think Game 3 is going to be a bit more chilled, and streamers can talk through what they're doing a little bit easier. It's still not necessarily one that's going to lend itself to any kind of competitive sport element, e-sport element. You know, well, understandably, like I don't think any indie ever thinks about entering into that kind of approach, because why would you?
I'm sure they do.
But you're swimming with sharks, and that's absolutely nuts. Sean, have you heard of a game called 1 Hour, 1 Life?
No.
No? Okay. Dave was asking if we had apparently more of a social experiment than the game, so I will make a note of that, because that sounds kind of interesting. But yeah, there's... Yeah, where did that question come from, Sean? That was completely out of the blue.
I don't know. Like,
I'm going to start ambushing you with questions.
Go for it. Well, not right now, but
No. Yeah. No, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
I've been playing a bit more Hearthstone of late. Actually, that's something I've been doing a bit more of.
Yeah, I keep seeing you in Hearthstone. I keep thinking about it.
Thinking about it. Okay.
Thinking about trying it. But then I don't. So
no, fair enough.
Great story.
At a beginning, middle, and end. Yeah. So I don't know why. I don't know why I'm bringing it up, but I've started climbing a little bit on the ladder more than I had initially.
Is it like StarCraft? Like, is it you play all PvP? Like, how does that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a card. Like, it's a card game, so you're always playing 1v1, right? So,
yeah, but I don't know how much you pay. Like, if there's a you play on a leaderboard or something. Like
there's a ranking system, yeah, and it's you lose ranks or gain ranks depending on when you win and stuff. But they've just made it slightly easier, which is why it feels like I'm flying through.
How do they make it easier? Well, easier to go up the ranks or something.
Yeah, basically. They've it's kind of the equivalent. It is literally what used to take 5 stars to move up a rank. It now takes 4. So that's made it a lot easier for me. But I'm like a free to play player. I haven't really invested very much in the.
You haven't bought cards.
I'm not gonna lie. I have bought like 1 or 2 of the things that are on offer, but like I have not bought a significant number of.
God, that Valve one kind of died pretty quickly, didn't it?
Oh yeah. A friend was talking to me all about. Was it Artifact? Yeah.
It seemed really complicated. I could not figure it out.
Man, that they got that very wrong, very wrong.
There was like part of me that was like, now you know how it feels to release a game on Steam at this post direct.
You know what? Like as David's pointing out, you're using the Edge camera strats. I find that so disconcerting. Like I've played so much Cycle 28 without that Edge camera that it just feels so wrong, and I can barely fly when I'm around that. I
love it.
It feels weird. It feels like you're playing a completely different game.
That's interesting to think how different this game would be if we'd zoom the camera out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like obviously it probably would be easier. Right? You'd see stuff coming from a lot further away.
Yeah.
Get Captain Obvious over here, but that makes such a massive difference. But every now and again, some player that we watch on YouTube's like, I get a little, they get a little annoyed that something might come out from the top of the screen before they had a chance to react. But
it doesn't happen. I'm still pretty. Like I said, I'm pretty proud of this camera. I don't think it happens all that much, but I don't know. What does everyone else think? What do you think? Does it happen too much?
No, I don't think so. I think like the fact when it happens to me, it's when I know I've been flying recklessly anyway. You know, like oh, nicely done. Just nailed that climb.
Yeah.
That was very impressive. Your score's still atrocious.
I know, this is the thing. I should be like in the 10,000s by now. Like, what is...
Yeah. Yeah. So yes, we're also working on the camera for Game 3 at the moment. So that's kind of presenting some interesting things because obviously, like, this is the first time we've got a jumping game, like, or game that involves jumping. Even if it's not
that's really interesting. Like, I've gone deep in the like how you make games where jumping feels good.
Yes,
and I love it. Just also like lots of really interesting maths. Oh god, I got so close to get to the end.
You've got time to start one more run.
Okay, cool.
3,427. Yeah, you've had some long, low-scoring runs.
Yeah, how is that even like?
I don't know how you achieve that. That's like something you have to work on.
We haven't got wall jumping in it yet. It might like there's not many walls, I guess. Like I feel like wall jumping is something we might add, but I don't know how to add it. Like I need to figure out how wall jumping works. Like as stupid as that sounds, like obviously I know how it works, but I thought I knew how jumping worked, but I did not know how jumping worked. Or like I knew how jump on a basic level, but then like actually thinking about how you implement that in a good way. There's some stuff we need to add to jumping to make it feel a bit better,
juicier.
Yeah,
but it's I mean, actually, I think like you're right. Like I think what our character's actually going to be jumping around doesn't necessarily lend itself to that concept anyway. Does that make sense?
Well, it depends. Like if you have like tall towers you're jumping around, wall jumping would feel pretty good. Like I like wall jump. I love wall jumping. I for a while I wanted to make a game that was just about wall jumping. Like, so did anyone like do you Little Big Planet?
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like I played a lot of Little Big Planet. I made a lot of little things in there, and I had an entire game that was about wall jumping. So you were in the thing where there were lots of objects falling, and you had to wall jump on these objects as they were falling. And so it was just an infinite wall jumper. Basically, like a infinite runner, but you're going up, and you're wall jumping the whole time. Because nothing feels more satisfying than wall jumping. Officially.
I mean, I've confessed this to you many times, Sean, but I'll confess on full stream as well. I hate jumping games because I am so bad at jumping. Like if there was anything to fall off in my MMO days, I would be the one that fell off. Like I would you know, if you had to jump in an MMO, you know, it would just be laughable. And I am terrible at jumping games. Like I played a bit of Hollow Knight. It's not even a jumping game, and I'm terrible at jumping in Hollow Knight. So I'm really looking forward to testing our game.
Yeah, but that's really good to have someone like to have you there to be the
inept.
Yeah, I think like I'm sure you said something similar about Cycle 28, or like it wasn't necessarily the type of game.
No, you're right. Yeah.
So it was interesting watching you get good at this.
Basically, anything based on reflexes.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a shame. But you know what? We can be big winners and we can big losers, and you know, and be magnanimous about the whole thing. So that's 2005. So we can just draw a line under that one, Sean, if you like. You know, I just like. Oh, I'm not on camera. I was about to show my to the camera.
Hang on. Lone Wolf is already 20. Oh no, he
is he already higher than you?
No, he's not. It's okay. It's okay. He's number 24 on the monthly. We're all right with
5 minutes.
Yeah, we're okay with that.
Yeah, okay.
So, those of you who are long watchers of these streams might notice that we've only done 15 minutes a run. That's because we have someone we need to save, don't we, Dave?
I think as a company we came very close to having a motto as no man gets left behind.
And no Kerbal gets left behind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think we could have upgraded it to that.
Yeah. So we're going to do something we haven't done before, which is switch games.
Yeah.
So Dave,
I'm assuming that's going to
be
super smooth.
Yeah.
I'm going to be Yes, I'm going to do that on things where it is relevant.
Yeah. And I'm going to try and see if I can launch Kerbal. We're playing Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, we're back. We're back ruining science.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we are going to... Yeah. So we have one Kerbal in orbit, I believe, right?
Yes. Well, I kind of hope yes. There's only one.
Yeah. Here we go. Do let me know if there are any problems with the stream. So we have unlocked a bunch of new stuff, which I think will. We're gonna like yeah, we're gonna. Oh, I need to move my thing because there's gonna be people. Let's make this smaller because we're playing Kerbal, and probably it's gonna need to be about here.
So I'm not gonna update too much stuff, dude. I'm just gonna let people know that we're also playing Kerbal.
Yeah, just if you update, it's just the game names. That's the thing, and the tags on Twitch.
So an exciting world. Yeah.
Just if people are randomly looking for Kerbal streams, that they would find us. So,
yeah, fill us in with the drama.
The drama. So we tried to get to the moon. We didn't get to the moon. In not getting to the moon, we have left someone in orbit. So we need to get, and his name was Bob. We like he is a person, and we will treat him as such. So, and we're doing a science campaign. So, 2 flights in progress.
That
sounds good. That doesn't sound good at all. What was the other one?
God, it wasn't that long ago. How come we can't remember?
Oh, standing by to launch.
Oh, okay, that's right then.
How is he? What? Did we leave someone on the? Oh,
did we leave someone behind? The one thing we said we wouldn't do.
Okay, let's recover this vessel. Pretend that didn't happen.
I mean, a lot of people died last stream. A lot of Kerbals, a lot of good Kerbals died.
A lot of good, brave Kerbals. So we unlocked some stuff. So have we got? We've got 25 science, but I think we need more than 25 to get the next things.
Yeah.
So let's go back. So yeah, did you manage to change all those game names? All right.
Possibly. The important thing is you're too busy to tell me off for not doing it right.
Right. So we're going to create a new spaceship. What are we going to call it?
So we've been through Sean's. Did we go? We went through Bob's.
Yeah.
I think it's my turn. So this should be Dave 1.
Okay, Dave 1. I can't let you do that. Right. Okay. So we have. Right. We unlocked some stuff. So I think we had some issues last time with like I think we were focused too much on getting Bob, whereas we need to like Bob is stuck in orbit on a fluke. Right?
Yes.
We built a ship and it got into orbit, but then it couldn't get back down. So we need to start. We're going back to the drawing board.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And it's it takes a big developer to say when they need to do that. You know, it's a big boy decision.
It's going to be okay because we've unlocked struts, and anyone that plays Kerbal knows that struts are required.
Struts are key. Will you be strutting your stuff on the walkway?
Yeah. Oh, the other thing we unlocked.
Yeah.
The other thing we unlocked. Right. So because we had a problem with these circle pods, didn't we?
Yeah, we couldn't. We just couldn't seem to make them work at all.
No.
Which can't be true, because you know what? Actually, just quickly, I went to see the Tim Peake space thing at Cardiff. So I'm basically now a rocket technician.
Okay, tell me what to do then.
So,
we've got a crew cabin, so it might we have a crew cabin now, so we don't need to have that dodgy one. Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Right, it's up to you, Dave.
No. If I did everything, it'd be just too easy. So
okay, fair enough.
I'm gonna help.
Right. Okay. So, do you want one parachute on this or two? Do you want radial or?
I mean, can you ever have too many parachutes?
Let's just do that one. There's probably a way of knowing like how much this can take, but let's not worry about that. Right. So, okay. So this is our thing. So, did Tim Peake use a liquid fuel rocket?
It was a Soyuz. I know that. I know that much.
Thanks. Right.
There wasn't a lot of information, actually. In fairness, there was just a lot of cool things to look at.
Didn't you go to a museum? Wasn't this in a museum?
But it's the exhibition. I was quite surprised. I didn't do the VR experience. Okay, that's interesting in of itself. But I did not. No, there was just a lot of stuff.
Like, you learned nothing. Like
yeah, you might say that. Like, you might say. I mean, nothing's a strong word.
Okay, tell us everything you know about space.
What is this? Well, I'll tell you the things I learned from that exhibition. All right, and actually, a fair bit of it was more about meteorites. I have no idea why they had meteorites, like in that exhibition, but I did learn about some of the meteorite showers that were seen. I think it was 2017 in Russia. They looked pretty cool, and some of the meteorites that had been found in Wales. That was pretty cool. Had nothing to do with Tim Peake. I don't think.
Did it have anything to do with the film Armageddon?
No, they should have played that in the background, shouldn't they? Like, had a video clip, maybe the Aerosmith song, which, by the way, I can't stand. Yeah.
Oh, we have some decouplers that have a bigger ejection force.
See, now, like, the Tim Peake thing mentioned nothing about that. So I can't help on that one. But I'm assuming that's good.
Right, so we could, you know what, we might be in a good spot here. Oh, heat shield, right, almost, right, okay. As riveting as your... Go on, no, you continue.
What I was rabbiting on, I'm hoping you achieved something worth.
Well, I built the basics, right? So we've got a service module, I think, is what this is called. We have this thing, which I hope won't burn up in the atmosphere. This is where Bob will be. And then this is just gubbins that we can do some science with, and then a heat shield.
Gubbins, okay.
And a parachute. So we want... what?
Go on. I was just going to say, do you know one thing about the Tim Peake space module?
What?
They had ring binders in case of emergency. So there were like ring binders of manuals, and that really tickled both me and my girlfriend. She was like, I can't believe they got ring binders in this day and age. It was really, it felt really low tech, but that's true of what actual functional science is.
I suppose, fair enough. Like, the idea that there's that they're just using ring binders.
Yeah, in case of emergency, there's nothing more sophisticated.
So, right. What do we want to do? Like,
your liquid fuel.
Liquid fuel. So, am I going to just make a big? The problem we've got with liquid fuel is we can't, at the moment. We can't. Ideally, what I want is some liquid fuel tanks that we can drop off, but we haven't unlocked pipes to take the liquid fuel from those ones into the ones that we don't drop off.
Okay. It kind of feels like pipes should be fairly early on. Like, I think we've...
Yeah, maybe.
Fair,
so, okay. Let's again. We're starting simple. Right? So I'm gonna have four, just simple 4-1, and then we'll have a big engine, the Reliant. So we've got our Delta V. Now, do you think the other thing I think that was throwing me was now we suddenly have information on the Delta V.
Okay.
Which, like, before, when Kerbal was like a small game, you didn't have this kind of information. It was just like suck it and see. In a lot of ways. So Dave has said it was solid fuel for the first. So, you know how I said start small?
Yeah. I mean, you never do what you say.
No. Let's start medium to large. Okay, so this is going to be our main. Like, I'm going to say this is going to be just our in orbit stuff. So we want to get this whole thing out of the atmosphere, and then you know, we've got so much fuel to play with. We can just
just kind of cruise around looking for chicks.
Yeah. Oh, that's like, we've got all the stuff for like the big rockets, but we haven't unlocked the big rockets yet, which is just kind of like,
that's like a bit teasing you, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Just gonna check. Okay, right. So, ooh, let's try this. Right, we're gonna put a thumper on the bottom. Right, we're gonna try a few things. So,
okay,
I'm gonna put. We've got one big rocket here.
It does look like a big rocket, Sean.
Yeah, and but do you know what's better than one big rocket?
Probably 5.
Do you know what's better than 5 big rockets?
Maybe 8.
Yeah, not all the way to 8. Like, what's in between 5 rockets and 8 rockets?
7.
I can't like. Okay, let's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 6. Go with 6. 1, 6. Okay. Oh, jeez. There we go. Right.
Counting with Dave.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna.
What? I can't believe you said let's start small and then this is where we're at. That's so short.
Yeah, I did once play like the proper mission mode, like the proper mode. Right, here we go. Look at this. Right, there we go. That's
one of your struts things isn't fully lined up.
Oh, none. Yeah. Okay. Good shout.
I know. Got an eye for detail, you see. Ooh, weird.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I wish that you could do is have unmanned stuff early on, because I don't like always putting Kerbals in these things.
Yeah, but it's all about teaching you responsibility.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is a good thing.
Right. So this looks pretty good. Now, one issue we might have is that it's going to wobble. So, yeah, the money in career mode is like super hard, but we can help with this. So we're going to have I'm going to put some couplers up here and connect some struts to them, because triangles are strong shapes.
Yes.
Where is the structural one? I always miss it. Structural. There you go. And that so the struts are kind of a solid line. Right, we want this to go to that, and then these guys to go off at the same time, and then we've got that rocket. Do we need fins?
Well, I mean, you know, why wouldn't you have fins? Like, it's
Where's
not,
the aerodynamic?
Like, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. I think it was. I think it was high, like really high. Oh, there's the purple one.
Oh, it's up here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or not.
It probably isn't.
What happens if we add some? Yeah. Delta. Let's have this one. I like the look of this one.
These things, science should be decided on how things look, Sean. Yes.
Yeah, it's called aesthetics.
And what place does it have in hard science?
Lots. Like, I mean, you know, what's the point of going to space if you look silly doing it? Right, let's save Dave one. Let's have a look. Let's. Right.
Oh, I will refer you to Tim Peake's exhibition in the museum. That was no frills. That did not look sexy.
Are you saying binders aren't sexy? What?
Ring binders are not sexy. That I think is established. That's wisdom.
Okay, we've just got Valentina again. Actually, do you know what? Let's take a pilot for a change.
What?
Okay, let me check where my thing is. Am I? Yeah, I'm okay. If my head is in the way of anything, please let me know. Oh yeah. Right, let's go up here and maybe like here a bit. There we go.
I want to be able to see Giluki.
Right, can I remember all of the... Right, okay, so I'm going to throttle up, even though it's solid state to start with. So we're just gonna try going up.
Yeah. Well, why? Yeah, fair enough.
I've got stability control on. Let's go. Let's go to the space.
Get spacey.
Yeah. Look at this. Do you know what? Like, this is struts, man.
So far,
stable as stable. Let's try turning a little bit.
And stable.
Let's. We're okay. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Maybe 8 rockets is the right number, or whatever. 7.
Yeah.
6.
Now, is is this separation going to work? What do we think?
I'm going to say no. You put something in action ban.
No, it worked. It worked. Right. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. Let's.
God. Now I just look like a naysayer.
Okay. Go to prograde. Right. Okay. Right. 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 This is going all right. This is going okay.
Progress.
We're gonna walk to the Apolopsis.
I should have really checked out how to say that, shouldn't I?
How did Tim pronounce it?
He had to look it up in a ring binder, and it wasn't there.
Okay, so we're gonna be warping to our Apolopsis. Wait for it. Let's see how we do. Right, so I've got it going to prograde. Let's increase this. Apoapsis.
Thanks, Dave. I mean, I have to tell them how to say all kinds of things, but that one was beyond me. We got one hilariously wrong last week though as well, didn't we?
What did we?
Yeah, well, I thought a word meant something and it didn't. It meant
oh yeah.
exotic dancers.
Yeah. What, I can't remember what that was. Okay, I don't like how we're doing this burn in the atmosphere. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Why haven't we shot off into space? Oh, I see what we're doing. Okay, sorry. We're in orbit. We're going into orbit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, we're overheating, so maybe I'm going to go retrograde, and maybe I'm going to separate.
Whoa, looks a bit...
This looks a bit dicey.
Yeah. Is this going to be someone else we have to rescue, Sean?
No, we're definitely not going, like... Yeah, not enough up. That is correct. That definitely describes our current situation.
Yeah.
No. We don't revert, Dave. Sorry. we don't save scum on this stream. Is he going to survive? At least he's not ending up. There we go. Yeah, he's not going to end up in like. Oh, can we do some science while we're here? Like.
Yeah, let's not make it a wasted trip.
Yeah, let's observe the mystery goo. Keep the experiment. Let's log the temperature, log the pressure. Log the temperature. Should we do a spacewalk?
Let's ask Giluki. What does he think? Does he want to go out there? Maybe not.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Right. So what went wrong there?
I think Dave had it right. Like we just didn't go up high enough.
So we go up more.
Up more. I mean, the direction was good, but more.
More up. Okay. So you're saying we don't need to redesign the rocket?
Well, I don't know. Could it be more?
Could the rocket be more? Yes. I mean.
Well, then maybe that would help with the up more.
I hope this floats. The parachute, like, it was destroyed.
Destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably not great. It's gonna be a bumpy landing, Galuki.
I don't think it was bumpy.
No, that was not bumpy.
Can we still recover it? Yeah. Oh, okay. We recovered it. It's okay.
That's okay, is it? Like. Yeah. Yeah. Again, a lot of good Kerbals have died.
Outcome: catastrophic failure. Did we get any science? No.
Did we learn from our mistakes? Is that what you're saying? I hope that's what you're saying.
That's. So should we try again? The same one, but we go up more.
Yeah. What happened with the parachute? Did you just fail?
It broke. So the answer because you said. No. When I said, should we add more parachutes, you said no.
Wait a minute. I did not say that. I said, I think I said, can you have too many parachutes? That was my question.
I don't remember now. Right, what are we doing? So this one's... Let's do this one. Drogue shoots. Yeah, I think these are drogue shoots. So we can fire these parachutes off first. So we'll add another one. And so these shoots will come off, slow us down a bit, and then we can pop this main one and we'll be okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how Tim did it.
Yeah, sounds like something
my
Tim
friend
would do.
Tim.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So do we need more oomph, or are we actually? Our Delta V is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see. I'm gonna try just going up and not turning until the solid fuel's gone.
Okay.
See where that gets us. Because it's like before I moved, it looked pretty good.
I
think. Okay, so above 70k, that's... Yeah, okay. Right. I wish they had... So, is there somewhere we can see the Apple thingy, what's it? Okay, yeah, we need to get that. Oh, we're gonna lose... Look at that! That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Right, okay, we've definitely got that enough. Right, so let's go. We're gonna.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
So let's go to prograde. And then we'll wait till we get a bit higher. Look at this.
The majestic space. So we're actually further out than Bob at this point, or are we? Actually, it doesn't look too far off, you know.
Yeah, let's not do that. I think we need to turn ourselves a bit. So
okay,
I'm going to go stability assist. Is we want to try and get it more like, yeah, I think this is more what we want to. Where's out there? Yeah, we're pointing in the right direction. I want to kind of like our orbit's going to be too like.
Use your word, Sean.
Like not circle, elliptical. Our orbit is going to be too elliptical. So
too elliptical.
Yeah, not square. Yeah. So if I boost in this direction, eccentric. Yeah, eccentricity. How do you pronounce it?
Eccentricity. It would be how I pronounce the word, but you sciencey people take words and make them different.
Okay. I don't think we've got the delta V.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see. No, we don't. How's our feeling about we don't revert, right? That's cheating.
No, we don't revert.
Okay, so I think this guy's going to come back down.
We learned something.
Yeah, we learned something, but
don't land on a mountain, Sean. We learned that the other day as well.
Yeah, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to separate here. This is going to be quite a steep coming in, actually. Maybe we want to. It says we could, if we landed up in the snow somewhere, we could get some more science.
Okay.
Yeah, we can science a bit. So we don't want to. Where have we been in the snow? Haven't we been in the snow?
Yeah, we did plant a flag up there a little while.
We haven't been in the desert, right? No, that's where we.
Can we not check this? Is there not some way of checking that?
Probably. This is right. So if we're gonna, let's aim for here. This looks reasonably flat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We could try and do it like a right. Let's do our maneuver. The burn time is 20 seconds. Let's just speed it up a sec. Go to like 10. We're not being precise here. Okay.
No, that's not how we roll. Well, I mean, this is already a bit better than the last time we played Kerbal.
Yeah, I think it's the those struts make a difference. Right, so how's that look? Yeah, this looks a bit more comfortable. Okay, let's go retrograde. And we're gonna separate. Then we're gonna just float on down.
That's what the last Kerbal thought was going to happen.
This never gets old, watching the separation. Like,
So, weird question for you, Sean. If you had the option to be one of those people who are maybe not going to Mars on a one-way trip, would you go?
No.
No,
I feel like there's so much cool stuff that I want to see that would, like, I don't know, like, yeah, no, I don't think, no. Like, the internet speeds up there would be rubbish, like,
you wouldn't be able to watch a giant bomb videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you'd see the surface of Mars firsthand, but, you know, no Wi-Fi, so...
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like... Yeah. Valentina knows what's up. Look how happy she's coming home.
Yeah, you're. It's funny. You're not willing to do. I mean, I know going to Mars is slightly different, but you're not willing to do what these Kerbals are willing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't have the pioneer spirit either. I think I might be maybe an early. What do they call them?
I don't know.
Early. I don't mean early responder. I mean early. You know, adopter. There we go.
Yeah.
I think I could be. I could be one of the first colonists to.
Right. So drag chute's coming out.
Okay.
Let's slow down a bit, and then we can.
They look funny.
And then we can fire our main chute.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to be safe. We're going to be nice and safe. And then everything's going to be happy. They've deployed. Oh, God. So, Dave...
Just a last little shake. Yeah.
Yeah. Dave stuff. So, what do we need to do to grab science? Like, I can't remember. When we land, do we need to get... How do we do the sciencey bit? Like, what do we need to do? Like, we get out and do we have to plant a flag?
PhD in science asks, how does one do science?
Recover the ship. You get... Okay, you get just science. I don't like how we're going nose first.
Yeah.
Can we...
Valentina's not smiling so much anymore.
Right, we're going to use our sass. We can EVA. Like, I could... She could get out an EVA. Like... So if I right-click on the pod, take a report.
I think it sounds like we've been doing the right stuff.
Yeah. Oh, keep experiment. That sounds... Log pressure load. Oh, look at all this science. So, observe mystery goo.
It's kind of weird that you actually have to click on all this. It kind of feels like it should just be done.
You should just be like, do the science.
Yeah. You put the science in, the science gets done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like, I think the drogue shoots were definitely the right call.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This is like a happy trip down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just
a rare happy ending.
Yeah. So the question is, are we gonna end up rolling down this hill forever? but no, not bad.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Right. So do we want to crew report again? Okay. Do we get signs for planting a flag?
I don't know. It always looks really awkward. You trying to get someone in and out.
No signs for flag. Okay, board. Recover vehicle. This is going to be so much science.
I hope so. I hate to see you disappointed, like you were with your Cycle 28 score.
We got 15 signs.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's okay.
And Valentina survived us, which I suppose that's good. Right, 40.
I suppose
that's worthwhile.
Oh wow! Okay,
we need 5 more. Yeah, for scanning a field. Like, okay. So, what did we learn from that? What did we say we needed? Like more rockets? You said, right?
I don't believe I said that. That doesn't sound like something I would say.
You said more rockets. Right. So, do you think we should do more? I think we like this works. So we could just do this again down here.
Is that how it happens? Is that how it works? It seems a bit simplistic.
Right. So.
Seems that's not like how rockets work. Is that right? I don't know.
Right, so some here. And another one in here. So we're just going to put the same, like, just going to do the same again. Oh god.
You're just going to double down.
Sometimes this can get a bit wonky. Right, got it. Right, so another one there. Right, okay, so this is, yeah. So we've got 2 stages of solid fuel. But, like, you know, I think we need more solid fuel rockets. So
what? Okay, I see. You need some internal struts for them, don't you? Is that what you're doing?
I don't know if we would necessarily. I think they should be stable enough. We'll see. We'll find out.
How would they possibly be stable enough? That makes no sense. They've got nothing holding them together.
Okay, now we've got some. Is that looks? Yeah. Okay.
Are you building an apartment complex or a rocket?
We're all good. Right, so aerodynamics. Do you think we need fins? I don't think we need. I'm not sure we need.
What? Yes, like you need more. You need fins the size
Structure,
of
let's
the
have some struts. Struts. Oh no.
I'm not sure struts will get you out of this mess.
Yeah, do we think we're going to need heat shield on our nose now with this?
I would want to heat shield everything. Look at it, it's a monstrosity.
Okay. Look at that. That looks like a rocket.
It does not. It does not.
Do we... Right. Okay. Ready?
Okay. You're not going to put someone up in that mishmash.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're going to be get ready for frame rate drops here. Like just be. Look at it. It looks solid. Like you think what we were doing before, the rockets did not look solid. Look at this.
It does look like a. It looks solid in the same way like a skyscraper looks solid, but it doesn't mean it will like fly.
SAS on. Stability assist on.
No, the SAS is
down.
on.
I hope I've got the staging right. Yep, we have the staging right. Okay, no, this is going to need to go up here. So that's it's going to be. Yeah, right. You ready?
Yeah. What's Valentina isn't? She wants to reconsider her life choices.
Yeah. Let's do a crew report. Have I actually done a crew report from here? Crew report. Keep experiment. Right. Okay. We're gonna go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to this being a complete disaster.
Looks good so far. It looks good so far.
I don't think you're going to be able to separate smoothly.
Look at that. The question is, how far are we going to go up with our rock? Like, are we going to? I don't think we should start turning while there's like air on here.
No, I think if you turn like with that amount of rockets going behind you, I think you can.
The separation is going to be fun. Let's just say that. Right. Separating.
Farewell, Valentina.
Okay, so I think we can turn. I want to try and get to 180.
It's feeling a little bit hot in there. I have to say that worked surprisingly well.
Look at that. That's a nice separation. Right, so we're way too high. Like what? Like this is just daft. Look. Oh, that's But we don't need much to like get into orbit now. But how much delta V do we have in this rocket? Yeah, we don't have to burn up there. You're right. So, right. So let's get rid of that. So let's just. We need to kind of go more. We need to point ourselves a bit more like towards the horizon. I'm going to point ourselves here. We want to pull our Apple thingy.
Apple Mac.
Yeah, if we boost in this direction, we're going to pull the orbit into more straight. Oh, I haven't fired this engine yet. So let's. Oh, sticky keys. Like. Okay. And we should eventually start to see our.
See our what?
See like our like prograde marker come towards where we're pointing.
Okay.
Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Holy moly! Like, okay, we're gonna run out of fuel. Okay, that's an orbit.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, Sean, speak to me. Like,
right. So this is going to be like, okay, right. Let's warp to here to give a sense of how far out we've gone.
mm-hmm.
So, yeah, where's Kerbal?
Where is it indeed?
Yeah, where is it?
That's what Valentina's thinking right now. She's like, what have they sent me out here to the arse end of nowhere?
Yeah, okay.
For science, Valentina, for science.
Wow, like you can't even see it. Where? I literally, like, where is it? There is a heat shield. We've got a heat shield. It's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, a crew report.
Since Sean's first non-heat shield, experiment, we've made sure to heat shield.
For some reason, getting 0 signs out here.
Because there's nothing out there.
I don't know. Oh, got something there. Log pressure data. Log temperature. Close. Right. Like, the weird thing is, we're kind of... Look, we're at a bigger orbit now than, like... We're like in a bigger orbit than like Minmus and the actual moon. Like we,
wow.
I don't think there's some kind of clever way we can like. But look at how close we are to this. Right? Yeah. I'm wondering if I add a maneuver here. I'm gonna set this as target. Oh, let's unset target. Like, I wonder if I add some kind of crazy maneuver to widen this.
It feels like now getting to the moon should be trivial. Like not from this particular launch, but more generally.
Yeah, this would be like. Yeah, like. Oh shit! Sorry. Like, yeah, there we go. Okay, right. Whoa, we can. Man, right. Okay, right. Right, Dave. Calm down. Calm down.
Calm down,
okay.
Dave.
It's okay.
Jeez.
Right, warp to next maneuver. We've actually managed to possibly sneak our way to the moon.
Accidental moon trip, everyone.
Yeah, so let's go to our maneuver mode. It's just a burn time of 2 seconds. 2 seconds. We can do 2 seconds. Let's speed up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's how every good night starts, really, isn't it? It's never the ones you plan. It's always the ones that are like, "What are you up to? Nothing. Do you want to grab a beer?" And then they become the best nights out.
Right. The difficult
science is the same thing.
Right. So now we're going to get to. This is the moon. So we're going to add a maneuver here. That's going to be retrograde to bring down. Okay, right. We're going to get to the moon, but we're not going to get home.
What? Sean? We've already got one astronaut up there. Is the idea that you pepper space with so many of our astronauts that you can't miss one as you fly past?
This is going to be like... Yeah. Right, let's get rid of this. How do I get rid of this node? The problem, one thing I would say, like, sometimes the UI can get a bit funny with the camera. Like, can I change? No, because I want to get rid of this maneuver node. Oh, I can just push X here. So this is where I'm wondering if we actually need to add a maneuver node here. Slow ourselves down a bit. Okay, at least there we'd be in orbit of Kerbal and wouldn't be like that's okay. So then we'll be able to do here. It's weird. Let's cancel that. So we're just going to be going too fast, I think, is the issue. And we're going to end up escaping, like, at this... Right, well, I think we need to do this next maneuver just so that we don't end up going... Like, getting thrown off. Unless we're going to, like, we'll get thrown off to... I don't know. Or should we try and... Like, I'm talking... Like, I'm not saying anything here. Do we need to try and get home? Do we need to try and get this person home?
Like, I mean, you know, the human in me says yes. The scientist in you says no.
That's not a good...
No?
Yeah, like... we might actually... You know what? We might not be so... I feel like we need to kind of maybe go to the moon. Just, like, we need to get past it, right? We need to, like... unless you get a gravity assist, would come back to Kerbal if you went galactic. Yeah. I don't think we're going to have enough to get... Yeah. Sorry. What if we...
No, I mean, it's Valentina's sacrifice, right? Like, that she knows...
What, you were saying now that we're okay with the sacrifice?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, we might be alright. We might.
Okay.
Okay, right. The gravity of the moon will slow us down enough. Possibly.
Okay.
Apart from this red here, that means we don't. Right. We're gonna make our. We're gonna go and have a look at the moon. We're gonna wave. Once we've slowed down, we're just going to burn full retrograde and hopefully get home. Hopefully. Yeah, we're gonna time warp to there, and hopefully we'll get back. Hopefully, I still haven't seen Kerbal. Like, there. Oh, look how far out we are.
Yeah, we don't do things, you know, by gradations, or we just just go right to the extreme.
So what we do know is that this ship is sound.
Yeah,
Look how close we are.
As much as it pains me to admit, you're right. Yeah.
I really wish I put a radar on here or something so we could transmit the science back. 10 science.
Yeah, that could buy some nice new science toys.
Yeah, but we just can't get home. Right. Now we should have a bit of an easier time with the camera. So
that's two astronauts in orbit, lost in space.
We're not. She's not lost yet.
She's not lost yet. Okay.
I actually think we're better off waiting until we get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till we're back in the gravity of Kerbal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what we got to do. Or, right, okay, I've got an idea. Right, we want to. I'm going to try and do the minimum we need to do to just make sure we don't escape. And then, once we've got an orbit, we'll wait till we get to the perfect point to do our... Like, this the most efficient point. Right, so... Right, we'll yeah, like, as much as there's lots of things this game does well, like...
This UI seems a little fiddly for what it is. I guess it's complicated.
Yeah, okay, right. So I think that is what we need.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to warp to the next maneuver. Point to the maneuver node. Okay. It's a very short burn time. So, but this should get us in orbit with Kerbal, and then we'll wait till we're in a good spot.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're in orbit of Kerbal, so we can wait until we get to the slowest part of the orbit, and then we can just burn retrograde, and that's the most efficient place to do that.
Okay.
Basically, but we're like properly far out, like
yeah.
And she's been out there 60 days.
Wow.
Okay, so we'll do the burn down here.
I kind of feel like she's a national hero at this point.
Yeah, she is.
As much as Bob.
Right, full throttle, retrograde. Right, what do we think? Do you think that's good enough?
Well, we don't have a lot of liquid fuel, so we don't get much choice, do we?
No. No. Well, we might as well separate this out. Here we are. We're in orbit, but on the plus side, this is a much more circular orbit than Bob's, so it'll be easier to get her. There we are.
It kind of feels like we don't quite have the finesse to really rescue anyone.
Kind of so like. Yeah, let's go back to the space center.
Okay.
I think
out of sight, out of mind, huh?
Yeah, I think what I'd like to do, and I, like, you tell me what you think of this.
Mm-hmm.
But you can. The way I used to play this game was to, like, I would build a ship, and then there are mods that are basically like autopilots. I would be interested to see if you gave. I used to be interested, like, you give the autopilot the ship we just made. Can it get like, and it will do the most efficient burns in the right places.
Okay.
Where can it get to? Yeah, Mech Jeb, that's the one. So I think that's going to be where we go next with this.
Okay.
Is to get Mech Jeb on, and just to show you all this kind of maneuver stuff. But yeah, so partially successful.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends what you set out to do. Like, we definitely got a bigger, stronger rocket into orbit that would easily take us to the moon and beyond. So yeah.
Yeah, so like we did what we set out to do. No issues.
I don't know. There was some big talk about rescuing Bob, and now we've got another person to rescue up there. If that's your priority.
But notice how like we're improving. The orbit of Bob versus Valentina is much bigger. So
that's much better.
Yeah, we definitely improved. So where can people find us, and anything we need to tell people about what's going on Pillbug wise?
So if you're in the Cardiff area this Saturday, come say hi at Arcade Vaults. We'll be there from 12 till we get tired.
Undisclosed time.
Yeah, till the fact that we're old men gets on top of us. And if you're not in Cardiff, you can check out our weekly dev streams here, which you're already doing, so that's great news. We'll be here next week with a different game. And if you are interested, we are also on Patreon with loads of behind-the-scenes content, videos, blog posts, diary posts, and artwork, and much, much more. So do check out our Patreon page for more info.
Yes.
Another good week, Sean.
Yeah.
Another victory for Dave on Cycle 28.
And, yeah. I've selected a game which I have bought. Mm-hmm. I bought before I stream tonight for next week's stream.
Exciting.
It's a game along the same veins of Kerbal Space Program.
Doesn't surprise me. Yeah.
A little bit simpler.
Okay.
A little bit simpler.
Simple is good.
Yeah.
All right. So till next week. See you later, Sean.
Thanks, Dave. Bye. Bye, everyone.